So I got these cute ass shades from the damn car service center because I had to get an oil change. And I just was like, well, they feel cute. They'll feel cute. Like, but um, I'm a thinker. I think that goes without saying. So of course I've been doing a lot of thinking, and um, I have concluded that um, referring back to the breakup, right? Because this part of my healing, which is very fun, I might add, has refreshed my memory um, about some things that maybe in the midst of the actual hurt I wasn't so privy to, but like I kind of knew it. Maybe I even had like perhaps there was even like a loss of words at the time, because I was so caught up in my emotions, in my feelings, and just you know how fucking heartbreak could be. Every motherfucking thing, and I mean everything, is upside down and backwards. Nothing makes fucking sense. Even if you can make some type of sense out of it, nothing, absolutely nothing makes fucking sense. And um it's for lack of better words, wow, or perhaps understanding, my bad, I'm looking for parking. um you well, let me go in there and move. um it's just like that. It's just, even if you can kind of try to make some type of sense out of it, it still don't make no motherfucking sense. And it probably doesn't to the person that's hurting. But um I am still working on forgiveness. Still, I have to forgive this motherfucker over and over and over again. Okay? Like it is really a motherfucking process. And so I have to forgive him over and over again. I think some things about the situation still trigger me. I have taken accountability. Yes, I have. Because I didn't have to put my fucking life on hold. I think that's one of the hardest parts about forgiveness, even for oneself, is that you realize, at any point, you realize the sacrifices that you fucking made, and it is embarrassing, it is ugly, it is hurtful to conclude and accept the part that you played, such as me willingly putting 80% of my fucking life on hold because of my perception and description of love. Like, I just felt like I couldn't leave him, and I felt like me progressing, because I definitely saw myself. I definitely saw and felt and witnessed the self progression. Like I was, like it was just some real shit. And a part of me felt guilty. A part of me felt fucking guilty for progressing. So if I had any power to slow it down, I fucking did, thinking that, in some fucking way, some weird ass way, that I was leaving him. Like, because he caught this case at a certain time, and I knew he was to a degree frozen in that fucking time, or stuck in that time to a degree. um because you go in one way, and when you're fucking in that way, your world kind of stops, but anyway. So it's harsh, the accountability of it all, to say, you didn't have to fucking put your life on hold. T, you didn't. And it's such a long period of time, like over a fucking decade, and I was forced into certain positions that I did not want to be in. But I was forced in those positions, and perhaps now when I look back on it, those positions were for my embetterment and for my growth. Like, I was forced to operate. I was forced to operate in my masculine energy. I was forced to be strong, for those type of men who feel some type of intimidation of the strength of a woman, and who feel that he has to tear her down in some type of way, or her how can I say, her strength is somehow a fucking threat to his masculinity. Is so fucking weird. Can I park here? Because I'm about ready to fucking park here. Let me just play it safe. It's so fucking weird to me, but it's true. And pardon me for all of these terrible ass angles. I am looking for parking because I'm going to get a service done. Okay. So yeah, it's fucking sickening, and it's fucked up. But it was either, now, as a single black woman and as a single parent, you understand exactly my point that I am making and about to make. That when the father figure, or the husband, or the primary, what is supposed to be masculine energy, is not in the home, and you have to take on that energy, and you have to build your strength up because of the situation that you're in, or because of the circumstances, right? When you are forced to operate in that fucking energy, right? Because of course we all have choices, right? So the fucking choice ultimately is either you learn how to not just operate but thrive in this motherfucking energy, because the life and the livelihood of yourself and your children depend on it, or you're gonna falter under pressure, remain in your feminine fucking energy, and allow the world to fucking chew you up and spit you the fuck out, and constantly look for an outside entity or source to save you and your children, which may never fucking come, which means you are not just jeopardizing your livelihood and your life and your safety, but also such of your children also. So without him being around, I was put in a predicament of, how they say about Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, do or die, right? That was my choices. Man to fuck up, or woman to fuck up. Get it done. Do it or die. So to find out one of his many fucking reasons to not be with me, or so he say, was because I'm very masculine, which, if you knew me or have known me over the years, I'm not that, but can be, depending on the situation and circumstance. But I never really understood how a man could come into a situation that he put his family in and fault the woman for being masculine when, one, he left her and put her in a fucking predicament to become masculine, and then upon his return does not even begin to try to discuss how they can turn the table so that she could get back to herself, get back into her feminine energy, and not just operate but thrive out of that. That wasn't even up for discussion. It was just so many fingers pointed at me for what his perception of me should have been. Right? Never have he taken accountability for not just his actions, but being fucking honest, being fucking real. Which means the shit wasn't even in a nigga. It means that I was giving his ass too much motherfucking credit over the years. Even proclaiming to be his wife. Even adopting his fucking family name, his last name. I was just giving him too much credit that he did not fucking deserve. But the credit was given to him based off of how I felt about him. Now, clearly, he didn't feel no type of way about me, at least in a positive sense, because the nigga couldn't even fucking be honest. My point being, what I've discovered in my continued healing is that I don't know if it was the whole 13 years, but somewhere in that motherfucking 13 years, the plan changed. And he never told me. He never had me hip to it. He never explained to me. He never had a conversation with me. Just in honesty, whether we was friends, significant others, lovers, co-parenting, whatever the fuck he was actually on, I was totally oblivious to and was not aware because he did not tell me. He did not inform me. So somewhere in that motherfucking 13 years, that motherfucker decided that he wasn't in it with me no more. His plans changed, and I wasn't nowhere in the equation, but I was not informed of that. So here you got two sides of the same coin. Two people who circumstances led them to physical separation, but I was still fully committed to the relationship, and at some point he was not. At some point he removed himself and decided that he wanted something else, and I was not fucking aware. And he manipulated the situation to continue to work for his benefit. And you know what's the realest shit though? I'm gonna keep it a buck, but you know what's the realest shit? He didn't even have to. He didn't even fucking have to, because the amount of love and respect I had for him was, you be real with me. It may take me getting some adjusting to. I may have to do some further understanding. But whatever the situation is, like, we've been down for so motherfucking long, I still can't see myself just abandoning you. So I'm still gonna help you as much as I could. Whether you got another bitch out there or not, or whatever the fuck you had going on, because at that time I felt like, I just felt like if I weighed all the possibilities and been real with myself about those possibilities, then maybe I can maneuver in the situation a little bit differently. So him being with somebody else was definitely a possibility that I considered, which is why I felt so disrespected at the end, the way that he did whatever he did. The mistreatment, the disrespect of me, the lying, the abuse, all of that shit to me was unnecessary. It was fucking unnecessary, nigga, if he would have kept it real from the fucking gate. Because not for nothing, he didn't owe loyalty to no motherfucking body, but at least to me, to be fucking real with me and honest with me. Me, out of all motherfucking people, deserve to know what the fuck is really going on. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't afforded that. So fast forward to where I am now, I think that's what still triggers me when I look back on it. Like, I honestly could say that I gave too much. Too much love, too much respect, too much power, too much appreciation, too much love to an undeserving motherfucker. And yes, I can say that now. I can say that now because, as I said from way in the beginning, the fucking relationship was motherfucking one-sided. I didn't know it then because I was so focused on loving who I love. I had so much love within me, and I always say that because I still do. You know what I'm saying? And so, when it comes to love, I don't mind sharing that, especially amongst my people, especially amongst people that I really fuck with. I'm not stingy when it comes in that fucking area. If I fucks with you, I fuck with you, and that's just what it is. And nobody could fuck that up but you. The catch-22, or I don't know if you want to say it's a catch-22, but the reality of it is, you don't get the opportunity to keep mistreating me or to keep disappointing me or to keep taking, and you're not replenishing any fucking thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bitch replenished, not even to this fucking day, haven't replenished anything. And I'm not even speaking about me right now. Even with the boys, haven't replenished anything, haven't figured out a fucking way to build or try to build a healthy relationship with them at fucking all. And it's shit like that triggers me. You know what I'm saying? It be shit like that. Like, I taught both of my sons how to drive. It's just shit. What should be considered the role of a father, now that he has returned into society, is some shit that, as a father, he should be able to do with them on the quest to building with them and trying to develop some type of relationship with them. And there's two perspectives I have on that. One is, well, damn, nigga, like, how much ain't shit, nigga, can you fucking be? Like, damn, you just really ain't shit, and how the fuck didn't I see this shit before? Like, you just not shit. So you're entering into relationships with other women, don't have anything to do with me at this point, but I'm trying to make a point. When you enter into relationships with women, right, or in a relationship period, you know, it could be with a fucking man for all I know. I really don't even fucking know. But the last information that I've heard is that he's in a relationship. Okay, so you're in a relationship, which means it took some effort, consistency, energy, and resources and communication to get into a relationship with this individual. But you don't even do that with your sons. So, you know, that's why I'm saying to myself, damn, this is just a raggedy motherfucker. I don't give a fuck which way you try to put it. And so when I find myself at a point where I try to forgive and just be like, you know what, it is what it is, what it is. It be shit like that that's triggering to me. Another perspective, though, that I have on that is that as I continue to incline, in my spirituality and become more aware of not just myself, but the divinity within. And as I continue to grow as a person, I'm beginning to realize that even though I may not like it, it's okay. And you want to know why it's okay? Because if he is not a man himself, which in my personal opinion, he's not. But if he is not a man himself, what kind of positive productivity and building can he offer any relationship with his children? He cannot teach my son how to be men if he's not a man himself. Because being a man is much more than a fucking gender. Just because you have a dick don't make you a fucking man. It makes you a male, but it doesn't make you a fucking man. And I have to constantly keep reminding myself of that. Like, you know what? It just could be that this is the universe way of saying, stop trying to control everything. We have this set up like this for particular reasons. Because these are things that you needed to see that you were not able to see before. Because, you know, we so in love, we overlook shit, we blindsided. It's some shit that be right in front of my, and we just refuse to fucking see it because we feel like we got enough, or I know I felt like that I had enough love for the both of us. So no matter what area he may have been lacking in, I ain't stressing because baby, I had it. All that to get me to this point of realizing that he had an end goal. The end goal, while I was self-sacrificing, his end goal was self-serving. And I giggle because I can't even be fucking mad. Like, as much as I'm disgusted by his inactions and annoyed with shit that he don't do and I feel like he should be doing, but if I was on that same type of fucking time, I probably wouldn't even have this fucking channel. If I was on the same type of time where I should have been self-serving that motherfucking 13 years, I wouldn't have put myself on hold. I wouldn't have been self-sacrificial. I wouldn't have been putting a part of my fucking life on hold or having any type of guilt complex about leaving a nigga fucking behind. Because my primary focus would have been my children and me, not my children and him. And that's why the fuck I can't be mad. But I'm still getting more visions of things in retrospect, and it just lets me know that, you know, healing is it's a longer process, you know. But the person that I'm dating now is it's a little scary. I'm saying it's a little scary. But refreshing at the same time, because he reminds me of things that I knew all along. He reminds me of things and places and actions that I know that I deserve, but when you caught up in living, and when you how can I say, when you create a new norm for yourself based off the circumstances at the time, the current circumstances, when you create a new norm for yourself, sometimes you get in this space where you forget about the little things. And that's the refreshing part. Like, it's just little things. Without getting into so much detail, it's just little things that he do that lets me know that in trying to force my past relationship and trying to be more than what we actually were, there was a lot of things that was missing, building that was missing. It was a lot of things that I neglected myself of, even in dealing with him. And it's just like little shit. It's little shit that we kind of forget about, that I'm trying to word this right, so just bear with me. It's little shit that we forget about, that when someone enters or re-enters into our life and their mannerisms, hospitality, respect, when it's shit like that, that's just so basic, and yet it's just like, I mean, damn, how can it's like it's very basic, right? And it's nothing for them to do with, but in interacting with them, and you see this is how they are, it hits me like, oh shit, it's shit like this that, it's shit like this that I've been missing. It's shit like this that I haven't had. It's shit like this that I actually miss, that I haven't been getting, that I neglected myself from getting, that I stopped myself from getting, because I put my life on hold for a motherfucker that possibly might never understand the amount of sacrifice that I have made for him. And so someone else is, bringing that to, I'm like, oh shit, this is nice. It's simple and it's nice, and I can appreciate it. So yeah, in this stage of healing, finding out that there was things that, in creating a new norm for myself, which is like a coping mechanism also, I have learned that in the process I was totally also neglecting myself from those things. Like, wow. But it is what it is. And so I want to go and get my hair done. I want to cut it and wash it, cut it, and curl it, because I got a date tomorrow night. Me and Erica Badu, we got a date, honey. Okay, I'm going to see my girl. I am taking myself out, and I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I want to do, and I don't gotta answer to nobody, and I'm so motherfucking good. And I just hope that in your healing, if you're not there yet, that you fucking get there, And I am not afraid to learn, especially from people who may have reached other levels of healing, because it's levels I'm sure I haven't reached yet. And so, if it's something that I'm missing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I know I was a little bit all over the place, but I hope that in summary, I'm making sense. I'm going to go and start my little beauty day and check in at my little spot. I'm gonna have me a cute little short stay. And no, not the old school short stay 4-hour shit, bitch. I'm staying 2 days, cause you know my goal. For those of you who, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but my new goal to promote healing and self-love is to always continue to make time for myself, right? And love up on myself and take myself out. And I decided to at least once a month go to a different state for no more than 3 days. Sometimes it's by myself, sometimes it's not. But yeah, for like 2-3 days, head out to another state, turn up, paint the town, and shoot right back. Right, that's the little goal that I have. And also, my birthday is in August, and I'm pretty sure that I'll have a birthday dinner. It will be at an establishment. So those of you who are members of my group will get an invite. Yeah. Alright. I'll let you know the place. I'm undecided between 2 places, so I'll let you know the place. And that's it. So with that being said, I want you guys please to continue healing. You know, because, you know, it's hard, you know, but you don't give up on yourself, number one. But some of this shit is alright, though. Like getting past certain levels and seeing something new and experimenting, trying a different way versus the way that you've been doing things. Like, it's some shit that's alright, you know, that I'm glad I reached this level, because I could fuck with this. But anyway, I won't hold you. Peace and blessings to you guys, alright? I will get up with you soon.